We met in high school in Miss Matussi's science class.
Biology. Yeah.
And we laughed a lot in that class. We did no work, I'm pretty sure.
No. I actually had a big crush on him. I was like, oh my gosh, like, look at this boy. Like, I'd never had a crush on a boy before, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then, like, as we got to know each other, I was like, yeah, okay. Like, we're gonna be friends. And then, yeah, we were best friends, like, for a really long time. And then...
Like 10 years.
We got into a fight. And, like, after college. And we didn't talk for a year and a half. And then I saw his dad at a Backstreet Boys concert. I texted him and I was like, hey, just ran into your dad. I know you hate me, but like, love you. And he was like, I don't hate you, like, whatever. And I was like, well, if you want to get lunch. And then here we are. We're going to get married now. He's very patient and I love that. And I also love how he makes me laugh because we're always laughing.
She just makes me laugh and she keeps me going because if it wasn't for her, I'd just sit in a room and do nothing.
Facts. Facts. What's really funny is when we travel, we like have no problems because I don't know, I think I go into this like, it doesn't matter, we're traveling. And like, and then he, I think, goes into the opposite of like, we're traveling, we've got to do stuff. And so I think we kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, I think
every time we've traveled, we've come home and been like, wow, that was so great. Each month, him and I take turns picking who plans a date. Last November was his month. And so my dad had passed away last year, 9 years. He was like, hey, like, I know you're sad. Like, you know, let me take you to dinner this week. It'll be my date night. And I thought nothing of it. I was like, okay, like, that's great. What are we gonna do? And he's like, oh, we'll go to my brother's restaurant. I was in school at the time. I was finishing up and everything that could go wrong that week went wrong. And like, I called my mom crying like so many times. And like, she's like, don't worry, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And like, me and mom, like, what are you even talking, like, what are you talking about? So like the whole week I would come home and I'm sure he was like, oh my God, like what is going on? And so, yeah, so then the night came at the date and he walked in and he threw a ring pop at me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you just gonna do this cause like, we had gone and looked at rings like probably 2 months prior. And so he's like, well, anytime I plan something, I'm just gonna throw one at you so you never know when it's coming. And so in my mind, I was like, well, it's obviously not gonna be the first day that he does that to me. And so, yeah, so then we went to dinner and he was oddly quiet looking back.
Yeah, I was freaking out. So we went to my brother's restaurant. I was like panicking.
He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking back now, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not notice how freaked out you were? But like, he went to the bathroom and I was just sitting there and he came back and he's like, oh, okay, like, what's up?
And then we immediately got up and went upstairs the back way. So we were walking up the stairs. My brother passed me the ring.
Yeah, this was the first time we'd ever been to his brother's restaurant. So his brother like, let me give you a tour. And they were like, ladies first. And like...
Yeah, so we sent her up first. He handed me the ring. And then we walked upstairs and she walks into the room and like starts scanning and she sees all the people she knows. And she like pauses for a second.
Yeah, I walked in and like, you know, you're just like looking at the room and then I see my aunt and I was like, oh my God, what a small world. And then like, as like my eyes like continued to see who she was with, it was like my sister. And then it just like went down the table. And once I got to my mom, I knew what was happening and I wouldn't turn around. I like walked, I was like, oh my God. And he's like, come here. And I was like,
So then I proposed.
And I got on the floor with him.
Yeah.
So that was...
And then she took the ring out of my hand and just slapped it on her finger.
I was like, oh. My favorite part about that night is I didn't cry the whole time. And then we get back to the house. It was like so early in the morning. And I just sat there and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. I was like, you love me. Like, and he was like, you gotta go to bed. Like, come on. And I was just like, no. And every time I'd like calm down and then think about it again. And he was like, oh my God. But that was my favorite part because it just all hit me. And I was like, oh my God, we're getting married. So yeah, it was a good night.
It was fun. I'm really excited to marry her. And then see her in her dress. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing will probably be around everybody we love at the same time. Like, when does that happen? Like, people from out of town are coming in. Like, everyone we love is gonna be in one spot. And I think that's gonna be cool. And that I'm gonna be his wife. But like, also, that's obvious.
side for anything. What would be the point? I'm with you through and through. What I was looking for was everything, and everything I found, well honey, I found it on you. You're the song I wanna sing, you're the story I wanna tell, you're the reason I believe that honey, love is a ringing bell. then you shook me. You turned me right side up from being wrong side down. I couldn't be taken, but then you took me. You gave me words to write. You went and changed my sound. Now you're the song I wanna sing. You're the story I wanna tell. You're the reason I believe that honey love is a ringing bell. For years I couldn't tell, but you saw the man inside the shell. So you're the song I wanna sing. You're the story I wanna tell. You're the reason I believe that honey love is a ringing bell. You're the song I wanna sing. You're the story I wanna tell. You're the reason I believe that honey love is a ringing bell.
I mean, in 5 years, I just want to probably remind us that we've gotten through a lot. So it's
I feel like we got through a pandemic this year and we're still
So
together
we're-
and
yeah.
love each other. So I feel like 5 years we're pretty good.
yeah. So,
Yeah, this year, I feel like if anybody can make it through this year as a couple, you're good. You'll be fine. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the little things don't matter. Don't get mad at the little things.